Eve.
Hello, my sexy banging crew, and welcome to another episode of Bangin with me, your host, Chloe Veitch. I am so delighted to be here today because I have got a guest that you are going to love. Now, this is one for the women, but this is also one for the men because we are going to teach you a few things about something that is called a softboi, okay? And I have the best person for this. She is the owner of the account, Beam Me Up Softboi. I mean, if you haven't heard of it, get to know. Search it on Instagram because the account is full of it's full of screenshots of messages that softboys send, and she's going to educate me a little bit more on that because I have got no clue what a softboi is. She's also the writer of Is This Love or Dopamine? I'm going to introduce her now. Are you ready? It's Iona David!
Hey! Thank you for having me.
That's all right. Thank you for coming on. I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm so excited to be here.
I've got so many questions.
Yeah, people need educating.
Yes, they do. So, I've stalked your social media and I am so intrigued. Okay, so where did softboys come from and who was the first one for you?
Softboys, I never really thought about them until a few years ago when I started the account. It's just kind of a name for like the edgy, like alternative guy who like maybe has like a creative job or is like a musician or an artist, and like he wears like cool clothes and he's like, yeah, he's just very edgy, and like that's like on the surface level, but then when you go a bit deeper into it, like they're like very in their feelings. It's like if Drake was like a rock star from like the 60s and he wore like Doc Martens and shit, and they're just very in their feelings, and sometimes this gets a bit it can be a lot, as you've seen from the page, like they just let their feelings run away with them a little bit. And
so it's like someone that, so I'm trying to visualize it. So if I was on a dating app and I messaged a guy, he messaged me back, he was really cool, really edgy. It's almost like a cooler, more secretive version of a fuckboy.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, yeah, he's more like into like emotion. So he'd be likely to say something like, or we've seen that he has said something like on a dating app, like, I want to fuck your mind, not your body.
Oh!
Yeah. That's the vibe. No, literally one of the submissions that we got, someone's Tinder picture was like a pencil drawing of a brain being fingered. And it was fucking traumatic. I had to write about it in the book, and it literally I had to look at the picture for like hours, and like, yeah, it was rough. But yeah, that's the kind of vibe that they're on. They're like, ooh, intellect and be intellectual and like philosophical and like all of that shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Just
anyway.
Admit you want to finger me.
Yeah, exactly.
Just admit it. You want one in the stink, two in the pink, but you're just trying to be cool and edgy about it.
Exactly. And also the softboy, they kind of can sometimes be the kind that's like, oh, I'm so nice to women, but like no one will date me, like, but I'm way too nice, and it's like, well, if you were nice, you wouldn't have to say that you're nice. Like that's the kind of nice guy. What's
another word for that? It's like it's not an ick. It's simp.
Simp. Yeah. Simpy. I'm not gonna lie though, it's a bit controversial. I quite like a simp when it's in the right context. Like I love it when a guy's obsessed with me.
Oh yeah, same.
But I need to be like I need to be interested in them as well.
Yeah.
It can't just be like they're just being nice for the sake of I don't know. It's just guys like skirting around the fact that they do just want to fuck, but they're just like going about it in a really weird, like
manipulative kind of fuckboy way.
Yeah, fuckboy. It can get really manipulative, but like
it's almost undermining.
Yeah,
or like belittling.
Yeah,
it like really how dare you?
It's patronising, and like it's just. Yeah, but I will say, I do want to get out there, like, I love a good softboy. Like, there are good softboys. They're just the ones who are, like, into, like, art and shit. Like, I love all of that, but, like, don't be a dick about it.
Yeah.
Like, just come on. And, yeah, I post all the bad ones so that people learn.
You're educating us.
Yeah, exactly.
So what made you want to start up the page, Beam Me Up Softboi? Was it like a bad experience of you that you had with a softboi that you thought, I need to educate people on this?
Yeah, well, I think subconsciously, I didn't actually realise it, but now that I think about it, is when I ended my first relationship at uni with like the biggest softboi. Oh my God, he was like a dubstep DJ. And I know
I've been there.
Always the worst. My first dubstep DJ, it was rough. Not my last, but my first.
Yeah.
And like, oh my God, I think his Tinder bio, or he said to me, like on one of our first dates, he was like, yeah, the only things that I know how to do are like rolling weed and like making music. And I literally was like, I was 19, I was like,
obsessed.
That's so hot.
We've all been there, babe.
Yeah, literally.
We've all been there.
And then, yeah, that went to shit, obviously. So I just made the account, and then, yeah, it is literally like school, but it's more interesting.
Yeah, no, literally.
Because you just see how these people actually act. It's mad. Like, it's like these are all real things that have happened, like these screenshots.
So
It's
you get
crazy.
sent, just so I know a little bit about the page and how you, because honestly, like, well done on the submissions you must get on a daily basis.
It is.
Must be insane.
It is a lot. I get like 100 in a day, and like you just sift through all of them, and they range from like, there are some that people send in, I'm like, that's not even that bad, like I would still smash. And then there are some that are like
Pass.
Yeah, some that are pass, and then there are some that's like, call the fucking police. Like,
Oh
this guy
my
is like
God.
completely insane. Yeah, just sift through them and post them. And yeah, I think it's really like good process for the girls to send them, or whoever's dating them, to send them in, because they're just like, sometimes I'll have a little advice session with them. It's nice.
Oh, good.
But yeah, it's a full-time job.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Well, for anyone that is listening that is kind of confused on like the message side of things and the screenshots that you post onto your Instagram in regards to Softboi, like the type of messages that do get sent in would be like them replying to your message saying, hi babe, you're so gorgeous, and then if you don't reply,
Yeah.
that's when the emotional side comes into play, because
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
well, fuck you, then you're fat.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of them, like, it's not even like necessarily soft. Like, I post a fair few fuckboys as well. Like, recently there's been a trend I've noticed of like men just going completely mad when someone doesn't reply to like their opening Tinder message, and they'll be like, you're a stupid whole. And it's like, bro, fucking relax.
I was feeding my dog.
Yeah,
Give
literally.
me a minute.
Honestly. And then it's like, or they'll just like talk to themselves and they won't get a reply. And there was one where it's just like, you're so beautiful. And he was like, sorry, just being nice. And he was like, fuck you then. And it's like, what's the point?
So what's the difference between a fuckboy and a softboy? Because in my head, I feel like they're both the same.
I'm not gonna lie, I have a theory that they are the same. And it's quite a long theory, and I talk about it in my book, but basically I think that the softboy is very in his emotions, and we're getting like, our generation, we're on like TikTok all the time, we're finding out about like emotions and like psychology and like trauma and all of that stuff.
Like gaslighting, what gaslighting
exactly.
means. And
We're learning loads of stuff about it, which we never could before. And so I feel like men have kind of figured this out, and they're like, well, if I want to get a girl, I need to talk to her about like her like childhood and like her dreams and shit. But they still just want to fuck you and then fuck you over. Like the goal is the same, but like I feel like aesthetically, like the fuckboy and the softboy are a bit different. Like the fuckboy will be wearing like a North Face puffer. And, like,
I love that.
Yeah, and the softboy will be wearing like corduroy or like
chav.
Yeah.
I love chav.
Yeah, it's just a vibe.
So it's almost like a softboy is someone that's like really clever and smart about it.
Yeah.
Very in touch with their emotions.
Yeah.
And just basically a fuckboy is just someone that's very direct. And
Yeah,
it's like, listen, I
exactly.
want to fuck you, and then that's it.
Yeah,
Whereas
exactly.
a softboy is kind of like, Mwah.
But there is definitely a bit of overlap. But yeah, the fuckboy is a bit more obvious. Like, you kind of know what you're getting into when you go out to, like you said, like you just be like, right, I feel like you're gonna fuck me over, but that's fine. Whereas the softboy will like lure you in and like make you think that he's
manipulate you.
Yeah, he's always saying like, I'm not like the other guys, which is
Oh,
bullshit.
that is
I
a
hate,
line.
I hate
I'm
it
not
so
like
much.
the other guys. I just listen. Do not, guys, if you're listening, please don't ever send that to a girl, because she will instantly be like, you're going to be blocked.
Yeah, it's it's a number one.
There's no need to say that.
No,
if you're not
prove
like
it.
the other guys,
Yeah,
prove it.
Don't fucking just say it.
I mean, you've wrote a book about it, and you've got an Instagram page that's got like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers. So you're clearly really good at what you do. And is it hard? Because I feel like you can give advice and you can kind of share the text messages and the memes and stuff on social media. But then also, does that make you feel like, oh, guys are just absolute trash? Like, does it affect you in some way, like being around and surrounded by this kind of environment all the time?
Actually, weirdly, it's done like the complete opposite, which is really weird because I always think of it as like a hobby or like a job or whatever. So I kind of keep it separate. But like, I actually feel better about the whole situation than I have in ages, just because like, I don't know, I'm like early 20s, you go through all of your growth shit. And like, that's what so I've just been like, and I also found out about, this is a bit of a TikTok trend about like attachment styles. And that really changed my life. And like, since I've like, that basically just means that like, if they start pissing you off, just block them straight away. And since I started doing that, like my life's been completely changed. And now like, yeah, I just feel like because it is like, there are these soft boys and they are dickheads, but like, it is quite a small percentage of the population. I just always go for them. So if you just decide I'm not going to go for them, then your life becomes easier.
I see a trend the other day, and I really want to tell you all because it's implying boundaries and it's acknowledging self-worth and kind of being responsible for who you fucking let in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
And the trend was, it's actually quite toxic, but it's not. I mean, I don't know. You can tell me. Basically, if you're going out with a guy, let's say his name is Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, no, let's say Tom because that's an easier word.
So true.
Easier name. So Tom, there's 3 letters in his name, okay?
Yeah.
You're going to play hangman with his name. Every time he pisses you off or shows a red flag, hangman that shit.
Yeah.
So in your contacts, say he rings you, where are you? You said you were going to be home at 9. Why didn't you call me? Excuse me? I'm deleting that T out of Tom. And if that happens again, I'm deleting the O and then I'm deleting the M. And I'm sorry, babe, you've been hangmaned.
No.
Instant block.
That's such a good trend.
But then could you imagine if his name was really long?
Yeah. I think you've got to do it at like the first one. But I don't pay attention to my own advice at all. So literally I'll be like I will choose to ignore so many red flags. I'll just be like, oh, but it's like it doesn't count. That doesn't exist. It's fine. And then like I'll get fucked over, and I'm like, oh.
So what red flags do you look out for in relationships?
When they just like, when they say, I don't know, guys who are like really into like partying. That's a bit of a red flag for me, personally, because I don't really like it. When they just like when they air you for ages. Like it really annoys me, and I know it's not the same for everyone, but for me, like if I'm talking to you, like I need like a reply a day. If they ghost you for days on end, like that's a red flag.
Oh no, I do that.
Yeah, but it's different. It's different because there are people who don't mind it. It's just you've got to work out what's your personal red flags because it is going to be different for everyone. Everyone needs different things. So if you like, you can find someone who might be into like people ghosting him for ages and that'd be fine, but it's just like
that might be a turn on. Fucking ghost me, I dare ya. Ghost me, I dare ya. Well, do you think there's like a fine line? Like, how can you really tell if a guy is emotionally intelligent or just manipulative? Because for me,
that's a really difficult question.
I've had guys that I've ended it with before, and they've rang me up and they've said, listen, I'll change. And I'm like, right, okay, I'm going to give you one try. If they fuck it up again, they're off.
Yeah.
But then they ring me back crying and crying and crying.
Oh, God.
So is that manipulative or is that just them being in touch with their, like...
No, it's different. Like, if you're in touch with your emotions, you wouldn't call someone up crying because that is quite manipulative. Like, that, like, I don't know. Maybe that's really bad to say. I don't know.
No, because I think that. I mean...
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right. Like, in touch with your emotions means you know how to handle them and you know how to express them. You know how to deal with them. Yeah, you don't just, like, call people up randomly crying. Like, that's not in touch with your emotions. That's the opposite of it.
It's being uncontrollably... what's the word? Emotionally.
Uncontrollably emotional. Yeah. Yeah, but like, because like, I'm getting so deep, but everyone has feelings, and like a lot of men, it's just like how society is. A lot of men just don't know how to deal with them, so it comes out in these weird like crying phone calls, and you're like, okay, like I feel bad for you, but that is also like not my problem.
It's not my problem. Sounds like a you problem, babe. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I understand being in that position because I've been in that position before.
Yeah.
However, I don't necessarily expect that person to then drop everything and run to me.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, I'm calling you up
It's too
crying because I'm
intense.
upset, but then, I mean, I do get embarrassed because when I call them and I'm crying, then I hang up and then I'm like, fuck, why did I do that? And I tell the girls and the girls are like, Chloe, what are you doing? Like always.
It's just like, it's very intense when stuff like that happens, and it's like, relationships don't have to be that way. Like, so if you are like feeling like you need to call that person up crying, like they're probably just not the one. I for ages thought that like I thought that relationships were supposed to be toxic because you feel that like really strong emotion and you feel really passionate towards them, but that's not always a good thing. That sometimes just means that it's just like adrenaline, and like it's supposed to just be like easy and relaxed and you're allowed to just be yourself, but then the adrenaline, it is sometimes good, so then you're like, oh, and then and then you're back to square one.
I mean, I can get addicted to feeling certain emotions in a relationship.
Exactly.
So like, am I lusting? Am I obsessing over this person in an unhealthy way? And I mean, if I do get like that in a relationship, I have to pull myself away because I'm like,
that's the best thing to do.
Why am I questioning my own train of thought? Why am I questioning my feelings and emotions and doubting myself and putting myself in that position where I'm questioning whether it's toxic or not? Because if it wasn't toxic, I wouldn't be questioning it.
There wouldn't be any question about it. No, you get it. I actually read something that was like, you get addicted to like, in like a toxic relationship, you get addicted to like the lows and the highs. So you go from like arguing to like fucking and it's really good, and that emotional rush, you get addicted to that. Whereas it should just be like that,
quite monotone,
but like it still goes up, but like the rush isn't as much, so then you think it's boring. And it's like, that it's not actually boring, it's just how it should be.
So what do you look for in a guy then? Do you feel like you're more observant now you're kind of more awakened,
definitely,
to what manipulative
guys are like? I had like my type, which was the soft boy. Like that was my type for so long. And like,
God bless you.
Yeah, and then I just like took a step back from it, and I was like, wait, this is actually going really badly. Like, this is not working out. None of this is working out. Maybe my type is like not, like maybe I need to reassess what my type is. So now I go for like, not like, I'm drawn away. I used to go for people who were like creative people, but now I'm like, if you've ever produced a song in your life, like get the fuck away from me. I don't need that like level of drama in my life. But now, no, I just like someone who's nice, because it just, I don't know, it's actually like, I've been thinking about it a lot recently. It's like, it's quite a big deal, like getting into like bad relationships. Like for some people, it can really affect you really badly. Like this is like, again, I'm getting very deep, but like my parents are divorced, so like you see, like what it can really fuck up your life when you get into a bad relationship. So I think it's important that people know that you don't have to be stuck in that cycle of like bad relationships. Like you can just kind of reassess what you want, and like once you figure out that you're like worth so much more than that, then it actually gets a lot easier.
How did you reassess? Did you like, because for me, I have to write everything down on paper.
Yeah, like, I don't even know.
When I broke up with one of my exes, it was that toxic. I had to remind myself daily, what are the reasons why I don't want to be with this man? I had to write down bullet points. Like, he is a narcissist because of X, Y, Z. He's done this, he's done that. He gaslights me. I feel insane when I'm with him. So like writing down, I have to process it, and I need to write that down sometimes.
Writing it down is a really good way of dealing with it. If I could afford like a really good therapist, that would probably be a better way of doing it. Would recommend if anyone has access to that. But I just honestly as well, I stopped drinking for a few months last year, which was very good for clearing my head, because like I don't always make the best decisions when I've had a drink in terms of men. And
Same.
yeah, I don't think there's anyone who can't relate to that.
No, literally, I'm like a year and 2 months sober now.
Oh, nice.
Probably because of that reason.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm sick of it. I also want to know, I heard something on your Instagram page and it was to do with your book. And it was basically saying that in today's society, in dating app world, it's all digitalized and it's all pixels and we're stuck in this fucking algorithm of we've only got 30 characters to explain ourself, our personality, our interests, our hobbies,
mad.
what we're looking for in a man and what our boundaries are and all that bollocks. So it's kind of like, well, we have to basically all say the same things. Like for me, in my Raya bio, I've got, I need someone to kill spiders for me.
Yeah.
Because I see it on someone else's bio.
Yeah.
But it's because I think, oh, that's cool. That shows I've got humour. But actually, it's like, how would you write a dating app bio?
Ooh. I actually have like experimented with my dating app bios quite a lot because I'm bored. And I'm like,
God.
I wonder
what are they? Give us examples.
I used to do like firstly I did like really funny ones because like I'm hilarious and I was like, I need people to know this. And then I was like, this doesn't seem to be getting me that many matches. So this bit is really depressing. I changed my bio to like my Instagram handle and like this emoji. And literally the matches were flooding in. Like men love it when you have like not got a personality because they can think whatever they want about you.
Yeah. And I feel like when I look at, I know this is so bad, I'm like grassing myself up now, and it's so fucking shallow of me, but when I go on dating apps and a guy is writing an essay on like, I love going on long walks, I have a dog called Bruno, I am a twin, this and that, I'm just like, give it a rest.
Yeah, you can't be dealing with like reading an essay.
That's my biggest ick.
Is it?
If you look like Harry Styles but you have a bio like that, you're gone.
Yeah, I think mine is if they mention, I've noticed like so many guys are into like, yeah, like hiking and climbing, which is fine, but I
don't like it.
Yeah, it's I feel like, yeah, have your little hobbies, like that's fine. But like my hobbies are like, I saw a TikTok that was like, my hobbies are like watching Gemma Collins and dissociating. Like that's just
I love it. I love Gemma Collins.
Yeah,
I mean, fuck people that hike trying to keep their cholesterol down and trying to like.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, no, literally, like trying to actually save their life by like going. Walking like really fit, their mental health is probably going to be on point because of the serotonin that will be released in there. But do you know what? We don't fucking want that.
No, exactly.
We want emotionally unstable fuckboys and softboys so we can fucking write about them.
Oh, literally.
I want your honest answer now, right?
Okay.
So, are softboys your type now?
Yes. Yeah. They are like, but in a nice wholesome way. Like I just like guys that dress well, but not too well because then they tend to be like dickheads about it.
Give us an example of a softboy. So like someone that we would know.
Like, did you watch the Love Island season with EL?
Yes.
He's a softboy.
Oh,
100%.
okay.
Like, wants to talk about his feelings a lot and like
Very deep.
Yeah, really deep. Timothy Chalamet is like the poster softboy who's like
Harry Styles?
Harry Styles, but Harry Styles seems like a good softboy. He's like in touch with his feminine side. I love a guy that's a bit in touch with his feminine side. And yeah, I can't really think of any. Also, Ross from Friends was like an old softboy.
Really?
Yeah, just because he kept being like, I don't know, his whole thing was like nice guy, like we were talking about, like being really nice, but women still didn't fancy him, and he was like really upset about it. I'm like, that's softboy behaviour, definitely.
Right, okay. Oh, fuck. I mean, I love Ross.
Really?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
That's a red flag.
Oh, no! I like soft boys. What's the weirdest sexual experience you've had off a dating app?
I'll just say it. I got fingered in a graveyard.
Did you know it was a graveyard?
Yes.
Okay. Was it dark? Was it light?
Yes, it was dark. It was like fucking vampire. It was like something out of Twilight. But it was like if Twilight was like
A modern
just
day
outside
version.
the M25. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, yeah,
At least it
rough.
was dark and you couldn't see the names.
Yeah, exactly.
So it almost kind of drops it from being a little bit weird to like, it's all right.
It's
like socially
fine.
acceptable
It's
now.
fine. Yeah, people do that shit.
People do it. Yeah.
The book is about like the cycle of like online dating where you meet someone and then like you're swiping and then you have like conversations with loads of different people. Then you meet someone that seems fine. And then like you have a relationship or whatever, and then like obviously like it just goes down the shitter, and then you go on like a growth period of like self learning, and then like you re-download the app, and like I was just stuck in that cycle, and I was like, this needs to be a book.
Hang on a second. That's what I do.
Yeah, it's just a universal experience.
Oh my God, that's what I do. I'm stuck in the system.
It's like.
So is that
Yeah.
what the book's about then?
Yeah, the chapters like all follow. It just goes through each stage of the cycle and it uses the screenshots to like illustrate it. But I had to write. I was asked by my editor to write about like put an extra chapter on the end about like relationships and like how good they are. And I was like, I don't know how to write this. I had to like, I literally had to ask all my friends who are in happy relationships. I was like, what's it like? Like, I need to write about it.
No.
But no, it is quite wholesome towards the end. But yeah.
The book basically, is it more like an educational side of, is this love or dopamine? This is what dopamine is, this is what love is, and this is how to handle it or how to get out of certain situations? Or is it just like your experiences?
It's literally just vibes. There's no education in there. Like, I literally
Love it.
Honestly, I wanted it, because I don't think at the moment, it's a bit of a tangent, but I don't think there's not very many books that are just like easy to read. Like, I love like a beach read or like chick lit or
with
whatever.
photos.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, what I really wanted was, did you ever read Ms. Magazine? Or like Kiss, they have like these like old for like teenage girls that basically were just like, you get a free bracelet or a free lip gloss.
Yes.
And you just read it and you read about what back in those days it was like, you read about like the new series of Skins or whatever.
Yes.
And you just don't have to put any brain power.
Effort into
reading it. Like I have such a short attention span from TikTok that like I can't read shit. Like it's all basically like lists. I just wanted to make it very easy to read.
Oh, then I would definitely be able to read it.
Yeah, but like I think there needs to be more, bimbo content. Like
Yeah.
I love to be a bimbo.
No, definitely, same. Especially when you do highlight. So, question. Obviously, you've seen many attempts, as we've seen on your Instagram, of people trying to slide into DMs using sexting.
Yeah.
What's the best way to sext if you haven't met in person yet?
Ooh. What do you mean the best way? Do you mean like the best messaging platform?
Yeah, like do you just slide straight in?
Yeah, you got to slide straight and shoot your shot.
Yeah.
I used to use Snapchat for it.
What for sexting?
Yeah, because they had the hidden photos section
Yeah.
before anyone else did, so that was handy. But
And it disappears after like 10 seconds.
Yeah, sexting is difficult because like if I was made to like after the event, if I was made to like read it back what I had said, I would literally like it's rough. Like I'm like
no.
Jesus Christ. Like,
What was you feeling?
It's hot. Yeah, it was. You just got to forget about that. I have a chapter on sexting, and people still manage to fuck it up. Like there was one guy who was saying like, I'm literally crying. Like I've never felt like this before in my life. Like please just send me a photo of your tits. And I was like,
Oh no.
like if you have to literally beg for it. Like,
Why is he begging to see a photo of her tits?
no. Oh my God.
What other messages have you seen that are like that?
There was one, for some reason, men love to talk like they're like from like the Victorian age when they're sexting. Like there was one that was like, my queen, my lady, like please bequest me to like show me a breast, like if it pleases you. And that's not the only one. Loads of them got sent in that kind of language. And I was like, what do they think this is achieving? Like, do they think people are into like...
Shakespeare.
Yeah,
No.
like what the fuck?
I do not want to be beheaded. No, I do not want to be one of your nine wives.
No, exactly. And I was...
Do you think that's a kink?
Mad. I actually write about Henry VIII in the book. I said that he was the original fuckboy.
Really?
Yeah, back in the day. And then but Shakespeare was the original softboy because he was like doing all his writing and Henry VIII was just fucking killing everyone. That was the original softboy.
I would love to be in your DMs right now. I would love to. Have you got are you logged into your Instagram right now?
The softboy one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we see what's been sent in?
Can we have a little look?
Yeah.
I feel like having a little giggle.
Oh, there's like, you know Boomtown Festival?
Yeah.
There's like a Facebook page called Spotted at Boomtown and someone sent it to me. To the brown-haired girl scanning wristbands at the crew entrance on Tuesday, you are one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen in my entire life. Your big eyes are so beautifully shaped that they almost seem illustrated and the rest of your face is so perfectly formed that I now believe in God. Hope you are able to see at least half as much beauty in yourself as I do. Okay, that's quite wholesome. She should not have sent that in to Spotted at Boomtown.
I mean, that's a public message.
Yeah, everyone can see that.
I imagine How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
I spotted her at Boomtown.
Yeah.
And I wrote a massive, beautifully illustrated message on the Facebook page.
Yeah, imagine.
I think that's quite psychotic, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it's quite wholesome.
It's like that simp behaviour, for sure. Someone sent in someone's Hinge profile. One of the pictures this is quite a visual one. One of the pictures, he's typing in on the search bar on Pornhub, real, true, genuine love.
Oh, fuck off. That is literally today's
That's literally
society.
in one screenshot. Yeah, like we were talking about before, he messages the person going 11 out of 10, and she goes moi, and he goes, that's me catching the kiss. I'll keep that forever. And they didn't reply, and then like later he messaged her saying, what a bitch. Like, oh, I'll keep the kiss forever. You bitch. Like,
That's just like bipolar.
yeah, honestly, it's mad that like it exposes so much of like so many people these days have like some serious problems.
Listen, if a guy ever messaged me that, I would just be like, excuse me. I mean, I matched with this guy on a dating app the other week, and he messaged me. Quite good looking, 6'5",
Nice,
stallion, personal trainer.
perfect.
Trying to stay away from the stereotype of them. And I messaged him saying, I've been really ill the past couple of weeks. Like, I'm really sorry I haven't replied. And he said, morning, like, I'm glad you messaged. How are you feeling now? Well, I must have been really busy, so I didn't reply. That was on Thursday.
Yeah.
Today is Tuesday. He then messaged me saying, lol, I ain't going anywhere.
He's
With
just
a laughing
waiting.
face. And I was like,
That's
oh,
a
no.
bit. That's just ick. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
guys need to get that into their heads that like, it's not going to do you any favors. Like, they're not going to be like, you're not going to be like, oh, you've messaged me again. Like, fuck, great. Like,
I like a guy that ignores me.
someone said, he said hi, hello, and the other person said, stop texting me. And he said, shut up, woman. You're probably texting some rude guy with the IQ of 6. You stop texting me. Wait, the Instagram time limit thing has just come up on my phone.
Oh, no.
It's been like 4 hours on it. And then he goes, you're just mad because I would actually treat you right. You'd lost your chance.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were literally begging for me 5 minutes ago. Don't give me that bullshit.
Oh my God, man.
Fuck. So how many hours a day do you spend like going through messages?
It's a lot. It's probably too much. I need to get like someone to do it for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it gets like, and also some of them are most of them are harmless, but some of them are quite dark. And I'm like, this is like, I'm looking into other people's relationships that are like, I don't want to be here.
Do you ever feel like sometimes calling the police on like their relationship?
Yeah, sometimes I've said in my captions, like, someone call the police in this man, especially like when it's like in the context of like older men like messaging like younger girls and being like, oh, you're such a Lolita. Do you know Lolita? It's like the original book written about like, I mean, I know fuck all about it, but I think it's about like an old man who falls in love with like a really young girl.
Oh my
and then
God.
everyone's like, oh, you're such a Lolita. And I'm like, guys, this is not like a joke anymore. Like, someone needs to call the police. Like, this is fucked. Like, but like men are just like, and they're being like, I don't know, they're being like recorded now, so they're not going to get away with it.
Fucking hell, that
Yeah.
is so deep. Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, if I spent a day going through the DMs, I get that emotionally invested that I would be spreading myself too thin. Just like,
Yeah.
because do you reply to all of them?
No. I
No.
used to, but now I'm like, I don't have the time or
No.
the like emotional energy
Yeah,
to deal
no,
with
definitely.
it.
It must be draining.
It is a bit draining, and honestly, like I like I love the account and everything, but like I do prefer just like having a laugh. So if there's like other, I don't know. I'm trying to branch away from soft boys a little bit because I'm like, there is a little bit more to life than like analysing guys in like beanie hats. Like,
True. I mean,
then
if you've
maybe
done a
there's not.
fuckboy section,
Yeah,
I mean,
beam me up, fuck boy.
beam me up, fuckboy. I mean, that would be epic.
The next logical step.
I don't know if you know or not what it's like, but I'm going to chuck the question out there anyway. But what do you think it's like to sleep with a soft boy?
Interesting. Yes, I have had some experience in that field. It can vary like massively. Like sometimes it's like really good, and then you get like, what is it? I heard this word for the first time yesterday. Dignitized. Yeah.
Well, like you fall in love.
Yeah, just from But then it also on the other end of the scale, like it can be really bad. I've had guitars involved.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
In there.
No.
Oh, I thought you meant like
No, like they'll like serenade me.
whilst fucking you.
No, I'm talking about the build up. Like
Oh,
I'm not talking about
I'm
like
so
in the
sorry, I've
actual...
got a dirty mind.
Oh man, no, it can be a bit like
A bit cringy.
a bit cringy.
Bit too. And are these one night stands, or are they just people that you've been dating or whatever in the past?
But people that I've been dating, one night stands, like some soft boys are like I mean, it's just like all men, they're all about the chat, and then they get in there and it's like, what are you trying to do here?
Do you even know where the G-spot is?
Yeah, exactly. Like, are you like, yeah. And like, it kind of, maybe it's something to do with like how much of a soft boy he is, because sometimes it is, I don't know. If the mattress is on the floor, that usually means it's like good dick, but like he's obviously not a bad person.
I mean, just a bit of a bad boy.
Yeah, just you
Reckless.
know, reckless. You know, we
Love
love
a
it.
mattress on the floor.
We love it.
Yeah.
We love it.
I've definitely shagged someone on a mattress on the floor before, a few times.
Yeah, or just like a broken bed. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, you can't be bothered to fix your bed. Like, that's so hot.
Yeah, no, literally. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm trying to think of the times where I've slept with a soft boy, because now I know what a soft boy is. So anyone that's listening, now you know what a soft boy is. Have you, or do you ever think you have been with a soft boy? Now, I want to know, so please DM the Instagram account, which is Bangin with Chloe V Pod. And we also do an advice segment on here, Bangin with Chloe Veitch. So we would love for you to send in any of your dilemmas, or leading on from today's interview, if you are involved with a soft boy right now as we fucking speak, because it's my fucking mission to help you and to give you as much bad advice as I possibly fucking can, to try and get you out of that situation. So, thank you for answering all of my weird, wonderful, and wacky questions.
Thank you for the questions.
We have a listener that needs our help.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
I feel bad for that.
I know, because we're fucking cooks. Please do not take anything we say as gospel. We are not doctors. We are not professionals. But I used to be a whore, and I've had a lot of experience. So I can try and give you as much advice as I can. So, this week on Bangin', the sender has said, my boyfriend and I want to try a threesome. Where's the best place to meet people who would be interested? Ooh.
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 I
I feel like I would just go on Tinder.
Yeah.
And just say in my bio on Tinder,
You see that as well.
I want a threesome.
Yeah.
Who's looking to join? I've seen that loads.
Yeah,
on
you see
Tinder.
loads of couples on Tinder. Definitely just get on Tinder.
I think the success rate through that would be through the roof.
Yeah, exactly. The only other option is like just like dogging.
Dogging.
Just go down to a car park.
Go to Sainsbury's car park, get in the car, and just howl out the window and see if someone wants to join in.
Yeah, I really would just say Tinder. But I get a bit weirded out when I see it. No, do you remember they used to have like group Tinder?
No.
It was really weird, and like they got rid of it. I think that's what that was for. So you would go on like with someone else, and then you would like. But yeah, there's a lot of sex parties going on at the moment. I had no idea.
Sex parties. Oh, yes. I've never been involved in one.
Yeah,
but
me neither.
How do you find sex parties? Do you think you should just Google it?
Yeah, no, there are some. I had no idea until I started hearing about it from one of my friends goes to them, and there is loads. There are some that like are quite exclusive, and then there's some that you have to like pay a lot to get into, and then there's some which are just clubs that are just like for like fetishes.
Oh,
Yeah.
where would we find them?
I know there's one. There's loads in London. You just
Would I
Google
just
it.
Google it?
Yeah, just Google it.
Sex parties in London.
Yeah.
There's literally fucking hundreds on Google. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what they're like. I mean, at your own cost and your own responsibility, just research, maybe ask around.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not a non-common thing. Like, it's quite a common thing
Yeah.
to people to want to include people, third parties into relationships.
Yeah. But then would you ask, like, maybe not people that you know, like, super well. Like, I've
Yeah.
known some, like, friend groups who have, like, got into it, and it's, like, that's a very quick way to, like, make shit very weird.
Yeah, imagine. Mum, do you know where I could go to have a threesome? I feel like she would know, but it would just be the wrong person to ask.
Yeah, you wouldn't really want to do
So
that.
maybe just know your audience. Know your audience,
Yeah.
ask around. There's no harm in asking for advice.
There are, like, more, like, sexual apps as well. Like, I did some promotion for an app called Pure, which is, like, it's, like, more to do with, like, just sex than, like, Tinder, for example. It's like, well, everyone knows what Tinder is actually like, what people use it for. But this one, you, like, put, like, what you're looking for sexually and stuff.
Ah, okay.
So-
And what's that called? Pure?
Pure app, yeah. And, like, I feel like there'll be a lot more like that. It's just, like, they can get a bit, like, I don't know, it's about just keeping yourself safe, doing things that you're comfortable with. But yeah, you'll definitely find someone to whoever's asked that question.
Go on Tinder, go on Pure, that app.
Yeah.
And scout about. And one thing that I would say is just communication with your partner.
Yeah.
Are they wanting to go through with it? It might have just been a spare of the moment decision.
Yeah, that's very important as well.
Like, do they still want to have the threesome a couple of weeks later?
Yeah, communication is key. I am not great at it, but, like, that's what people say.
Same. No, literally, same. So, yeah, I hope that you find someone
Yeah.
that tickles your pickle with your partner. Hopefully they both make you come.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Double whammy.
Oh, my God.
Double penetration.
Amazing.
Love it.
Not amazing. Don't, like, quote me on that, but yeah.
Love it. Absolutely obsessed. If you do find someone, please let me know. Because
Yeah,
I
wanna
want to
how
know
it
the background.
I want to know how it works out.
I want to know the story. So then we can continue giving advice on what you done and your experience. So yeah, DM us on Bangin with Chloe V pod. Right. With every guest, I have a tailored game to them.
Oh, my God.
So, Iona,
Yeah.
are you ready
I'm so ready.
to play Who's Your Soft Boy?
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say two celebrities that people think are soft boys.
Yeah.
And have openly, some of them have said that they are soft boys.
Yeah.
I want you to choose which one you think fits the bill more,
Fits the bill of being a soft boy.
in your opinion.
All right, yeah.
Okay?
Defo.
So, first up, we've got Noah Centino, which is an actor who was in the film To All the Boys I've Loved.
Yeah.
And Timothy Chalamet. I don't fucking know how to pronounce it.
We just have to leave it in. It's so good.
Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Chalamet. Fucking hell. Take two. Timothy Chalamet,
Yeah.
out of Lady Bird.
Yeah.
Out of them two.
It's got to be Timothy Chalamet.
Okay.
No, it's the curly hair, and it's like he's just, yeah, he's in his feelings.
Yeah, you can kind of tell.
Yeah.
On his Insta and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Frank Ocean or Cole Sprouse out of Sweet Life and Zack and Cody is Cody.
Cole Sprouse, just because of this one thing that he did when there was this TV show Riverdale that he was in, and everyone just took the piss out of him because he said like this line that was like,
in case you haven't noticed, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in. Have you ever seen me without this stupid hat on? That's weird.
and that is just like, that's the soft boy, like he does. But then who was the other one again?
Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean is like king. Like all soft boys love Frank Ocean. I love like, who doesn't love Frank Ocean?
I love Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
Penn Bagley
Yeah.
out of You,
Yeah.
the series on Netflix, and it's Joe, or Jaden Smith. Who stands out more to you out of Jaden and Penn?
Well, Jaden's done some really weird tweets as well, which is very soft boy behaviour. I think we got to go with Penn. We've got to go with Penn, yeah, for that one.
I won't be sliding into his DMs anytime soon.
Doesn't he like kill her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would just stay clear of that one.
Harry Styles or Joseph Gordon-Levitt out of 10 Things I Hate About You?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. No, Harry Styles. Sorry, I changed my mind. Harry Styles has got to be a soft boy. There is a character that Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays where he like falls in love with this girl because she loves the Smiths, and that was a bit soft boy. But Harry Styles is just, yeah, it's definitely Harry Styles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Harry Styles. Man, I just love. He's like an all-rounder now.
Yeah.
He can pull anything off.
He does everything, honestly.
Paints his nails.
Yeah.
Confident about it. Owns it.
Yeah, exactly. No, we need that more of that kind of soft boy energy, to be honest.
Now we are all educated on what a soft boy is, okay? Now, I strongly suggest you all, please, go onto the page, Beam Me Up Soft Boy, and you will find some very comical messages that guys have sent to girls have sent to guys. And it is just diabolical, some of them.
Oh my God.
And it actually made me question, are soft boys my type? I feel like I'm going to find that out soon because I'm more self-aware now. We've spoke about it.
Exactly. You just got to keep learning.
Exactly.
And avoid people who, yeah, like I said, no, don't avoid all music producers. But like, tread carefully.
Just keep your eyes open.
Keep your
stay
eyes
wise.
open. Yeah, stay aware. And yeah, have fun.
Stay banging. Stay banging. And if you do bang, wear a condom. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. I love you all so much, the banging community. Until next time.
Bangin with Chloe Veitch is part of the Eve Podcast Network and a Forever Dog production. Executive producer, Tracy Soren. Development executive, Mariah Nickolas. Senior producer, Pulama Kaufman. Producer, Ewan Newbigging-Lister. Post-producer and theme song, Brian Hevron Smith. Cover photo by Greg Bailey. Forever Dog Productions is Joe Cilio, Alex Ramsey, and Brett Boham.